Alright, welcome to Delightful Computing. Thank you for coming. Just a brief overview of the courses that we run here and some of the other things we do. So, what can you find here? Delightful Computing, you can find courses on XML and web technologies, or at least you can find information about them and sign up for them. There's also consulting and programming work that we do. And you can find confidence and understanding and empowerment here. That's very important. It kind of sounds buzzwordy, but I'll talk more about what I mean in a moment. Where are you? Well, you're at Delightful Computing. You guessed that, didn't you? My name's Quinn, and I run this small consultancy in Canada. I helped create XML. I worked at W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium, on XQuery, XSLT, XSLFO, XPath, XML, XML Schema, CSS, all sorts of things. And also a background in digital typography, in programming, computer science, accessibility. I do technical writing and editing, and I try and share that understanding that I've taken years to build up. I think it's something that we need to share. It's a very brief aside, because this is Delightful Computing, and XML is delightful. It is. It still matters. There's absolutely no better way to represent, exchange or process complex documents that contain, in particular, that contain rich text, markup, mixed content if you like. XSLT, XPath, XQuery, they're all domain-specific languages for working with XML, and if you're working with XML and you're not using those, you're missing out quite likely. A few days working with XSLT, if you're doing a lot of work with XML, will probably pay for itself 1,000-fold. What is it like to take a course at Delightful Computing? Well, you're getting an idea. The slides are kind of like this, except with more technical detail interspersed and examples. We have interludes where we try things together, see what works and what doesn't work, and understand why. The courses are usually online with video, using meet.jit.c and its chat. I do in-person courses again already, but most of the courses are actually virtual. We're relaxed and informal, but there's a focus on understanding, not on rote knowledge. So why come to Delightful Computing? Well, as I've already kind of intimated, there's world-class expertise. I always feel a bit bad saying that. I grew up not wanting to toot one's own horn, but sometimes you have to, right? The courses are run at your own speed. They are online, there's a live instructor, but the goal is to make sure that everyone understands. The dates are flexible. You can move courses as you need them, and that turns out to be most of the time. We can do customized courses. We can do a combination of consulting and courses if needed. And of course, at Delightful Computing, it's delightful. There is a code of conduct in force: informal dress, shoes optional, relaxed, respectful. Please do interrupt me, but don't interrupt one another. And you can record the courses for your own use, so that's fine. What are the courses? I also run a stock agency called FromOldBooks.org with lots of old quirky book illustrations. Okay. And in all the courses, the goal is that you attending the course should end up confident about how to learn more and how to ask questions. I can't teach you everything because these are very broad subjects, but what I can do is give you enough context that you know how to carry on learning yourself and you know how to get started at a run, and that's empowerment, right? So we have XSLT for XSLT3 people, and that will help you work more effectively in XSLT3, use new features, and there's a lot of them. understand some good practices. There's pervasive changes in XSLT3. And we'll also include an update on the XSLT4 work, which isn't quite ready yet to use in production, but some of it is. So there's 3 intense days of delight. It's absolutely fabulous. Everyone enjoys it. If you're not already using XSLT2, come on the XSLT intro course. It can be half a day, 1 day. And if you don't want to make it to XSLT3, but you will need more detail for XSLT1 or 2, then it can be up to 4 days. And with that course you should be able to read and maintain and debug XSLT transformations. And you'll be ready for the advanced XSLT3 course when you want it. The validation course is new, and the thing about validation is it can really save an organisation money and help you build more robust systems faster. So cost-effective validation using schema, DTD, schematron, relaxing, and more. In particular, validation with XSLT and with XProc is a useful thing to be able to do. And not mentioned here is XSpec as well, and XTest and all sorts of other things. Lots of goodies. Now, I mentioned that I worked in the CSS working group, and I have a CSS course aimed at XML people. How it works: modern CSS, Flexbox, Grid, custom properties, they've completely changed CSS. So if you don't know about those, come on this course. It can be anywhere from half a day to 2 days, or 3 if I include an introduction to typography and CSS for print, which there are not that many courses on, I think. And web accessibility, you got to decide, are you making accessible web pages that anyone can use, or is your goal just getting a good score with an automated checker? That might sound crazy, but often there's a business reason just for getting a good score with an automated checker. Or if you come on this course, the main focus is on actually making stuff that is usable, and that will end up giving you a good score, but it will do much more than that. And very often an accessible web page is a better user experience for everyone. So that's really worth doing. Custom courses I mentioned, some of them have included an XSLT2 booster, kind of people using XSLT2 but they're not using it often enough, and then suddenly they have to use it a lot more, or preparation for the XSLT3 course. An introduction to DocBook from a tool implementer perspective, that's just a niche one that I did. XSLT3 for making EPUB. And the NT item there is to remind me to say there have been all sorts of more. This is just scratching the surface. People quite often want custom courses. And at Delightful Computing we also do programming, of course in XSLT and XQuery, but also in C, mostly on Linux. Consulting for designing architectures, fixing problems, repairing and reviewing XSLT and C and other things. Professional spec reviews and edits, W3C specs, ISO specs, others. At the time I'm making this video I've been working on the ISO open font spec, which turns into OpenType, and writing proposals and doing reviews. And if it's not raining, I might be outside mowing the lawn, or if I'm not mowing the lawn, I might be sailing. Why don't you come on an adventure with us? Come on a course. Just see the comments for how to get in touch, or delightfulcomputing.com. Here we are, Liam Quinn. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this has given you some fun ideas.